Okay, this is a big lesson, but it's a good one. You are probably going to be really excited about this lesson because it is all about setting up your business name, getting legit. So, we are taking some actual steps forward to making your business a real thing. So, all about setting up your biz. First, we need to pick a business name. So, some ways you can go about doing this is and it doesn't have to be something that you live with forever. It doesn't have to be something you stick with forever. You can change it. It's not set in stone. It's not forever. Think of all the businesses you know that just change their name. They change a little bit about their name, they add to it, they take away from it. It's possible. It's not something that you're stuck with. You can take some time to make this a fun or a creative name. So if that is more your style, you can go about doing it that way. You can come up with something that is professional. So keep it really professional, clean, businessy, if that is more your jam, or you can just use your own name. Some things to think about here if you are really planning on niching down, especially by task or industry, like skill or industry, planning creative can be helpful, especially if you're going to use cool buzzwords that go with your industry or skill. Um, but if you're not too sure on if you're going to niche down by skill or industry, it might be kind of hard to do a fun and creative name right off the bat. Something professional. I would also think about if your industry lends itself to be more fun or creative, like if that's the route you're going, or if it's more professional. So if you're going more for finance businesses, the finance industry, probably be more professional, right? Um, but like wedding and things like that might be more fun and creative because it's a fun time, it's a happy time, you know? It just depends on the vibe of your whole business, what you wanna give off, and what you're willing to sit down and hash out. I thought about doing a fun and creative name at first, but nothing stuck out to me. I just didn't feel right doing something, um, more on the creative side, and I didn't want something too stuffy either because that's just not me, so I just went with my own name, and it can be that easy. If you are wanting something fun and creative, think of fun names that relate to your niche, like buzzwords. So Google buzzwords that are for photography or photographers, if that's going to be your niche, like your industry that you go in. Um, so Google buzzwords for and see what comes up. Um, that doesn't say professional. Professional names would be easier if you're not niche down. So mine's my name, but also just professional. Mine's Carly Ann Compton Virtual Assistant Services. It lends itself for growth. It's just virtual assistant services. That can be very broad. So it gave me room to grow. And it also was obviously my own. I didn't have to worry about anybody taking it because it is just my name. Could also be professional or value belief words that match you want your brand to be. You could do that in your name. So something about words, integrity, committed, collaborations, things like that could be within your name if that's the vibe you want to give off and that makes sense for your brand and for your business. Keep it simple. This is hard. Don't overthink this. Because at first I was overthinking it. I spent over a day just trying to think like, oh, what should I name my business? What should I do? You can always rename your business. It is not a big deal. It is not that serious. Okay. It's okay. It's not difficult to change your name. And so just something that you're willing to stick with for now so that we can get this legit and get it up and running. That's all this is. Some action steps that we need to do once you figure out what your name will be. Make sure you can use your name. Make sure it isn't used already. So make sure it's not in use or trademarked by anybody. I knew mine wasn't because it's my name. This whole thing is my business name. I knew it was not used. I did double check. I knew it wasn't. So Trademarkia will be for trademarks. Namecheap is where you get a domain for like email, website, etc. Hear me out. You do not need a website. Say, you do not need a website. This is just to make sure there's no confusion for future clients. Because if somebody else already has a domain name using your name that you want for your business, um, maybe they have a completely different business, they do something different. Domain name is already there. If someone's like, oh, I'm going to search for, CarlyAnnCompton.com. I bet that's her website. Like, that's not my website because I don't own that. So check that just in case, especially if you're not using your own name, if you're making something up. If there is already a website running that has that name, kind of like the whole Whitehouse.com or something, whatever that is, it's like a not good site. You have to go to like a gov, something like that. It's that whole vibe, you don't want people getting confused. So also you want to check social media accounts, especially Instagram. Make sure your handles aren't being used like handle using your business name that you want to go with. Someone's already using your biz name for their account name as well, then you might also want to change it up. So like I said, we don't want confusion with your future clients. Next thing, once all that's cleared up and you're good, you're like, check, 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 good. Claim your EIN number. So this is a PDF that you have access to. So just click here and it will take you to the IRS. You can also just Google it. So apply for an employee identification number. Basically, this is used in place with social security number when tax time rolls around. Your clients will have a 1099 form for you to fill out. And that 1099 asks for a social security number or an EIN number. And this allows you to just give them the EIN number, which is just your business stuff, rather than give them your full social security number. Because I feel better about just giving out my business EIN than giving out my social security number to somebody, right? So this helps with that. Also great for tax time for yourself when you're doing your own taxes. You have this EIN number to use. So you need to get that set up. It's really easy. You just go to the website, you fill it out, you'll get it immediately. Write it down, print it out, don't lose it. You'll need it for later. And you're running as a sole proprietor. So when it asks what your business is, it's just sole proprietor. That means it's just you, yourself. You're not doing this for other people. You're not doing it for, anything else. It's just you. You're a business owner. Just you, one person. And then you have a BOI e-filing that you have to do as well. This is just new for taxes for 2023. It's fairly simple, straightforward, but you do need to fill this out. It's just for fraud and things like that. Do you need to register your business? No, you don't need to because you're running as a sole proprietor. You can register your business. I have. It was super easy. I did it within like 10 minutes. But you don't need to. Other things to look at is additional requirements per state. I'm in Ohio, and running a business such as a virtual assistant business in Ohio, I don't need any insurance. I don't need to do anything extra. I don't need to take taxes. There is nothing else that I need to do. There's no sales tax. I know that I'm running everything correctly. However, it can be different state by state. So you would either want to Google some things on this. That's what I did. I just Googled different things for sales tax, for virtual assistants in Ohio to figure out what I needed to do. And you can go that route just to make sure everything's legal state by state. There's just too many rules per state for me to list them all here. So that's why I'm having you check that out on your own. And then set up a business checking account. A business bank account would be great. This is super helpful during tax time and for invoicing purposes as we move forward. This helps keep everything separate. So it's always nice. And then this last little thing is, obviously I don't know the ins and outs per state. Make sure you do a bit of Googling, or you can check out a score mentor. If you just Google that, we'll come up with a website, which Score is a business and a website that specifically helps small businesses run effectively and legally. So you'll get a score mentor that you can have a little Zoom meeting with, and you can make sure that everything's set up correctly and that you're ready to go. So these are just a few things. Like I said, we're actually getting into the action steps here of what you need to do to set up your business. So here you go. This is your homework. Check this out. Make sure everything's legit. You can use your name, claim your EIN number, do the form, check the additional requirements, and get a checking account for your business. This is your action steps, and I will see you in the next lesson.